Welcome to another section of this video on how to use MetaTrader 5. If you have been actually following the lessons up till now, I believe you are intentional about your forex trading journey and intentional on mastering MetaTrader 5. Okay, in this section I will be answering a couple of short questions, and so I will make it be only in one section. I will not separate them like I've been doing in the previous ones. In this section I will answer questions like how to change your chart type, that's changing from one chart type to another. Of course there are many. How to make two windows appear in one screen, or how to make two chart windows appear in one screen. And another one will be on how to maybe draw trend lines and so on. I take you to the object list, and many other short questions I will be answering in the course of this lesson. In this section I will tap on my screen and a circle will appear with some functions on it, and then we shall go function by function. When I tap on my screen, you'll notice that this circle will appear. I'm sure from the previous videos on how to use MetaTrader 5 you have seen this circle countless times, but this time around I will not cover everything in the circle because I've already covered. Of course I may just decide and run through them to remind you. If you look on the circle, you can see things like M1, M5, M15 and so on up to MN. All these M something like this, they are showing time frames. Okay, starting from M1 here right to this area, all these are showing time frames, and the time frame I'm currently on is 30 minutes time frame. That is to say that the candlesticks on my chart now are representing 30 minutes each. Therefore that is why you are seeing M30. If I go to 4 hours you see the same, if I go to 4 hours you see the same, day you see the same, and week you see the same, month you see the same. So definitely I've already told you that this is how to change your chart time frame from one time frame to another. With that said, today in this short video we will be covering only these buttons here. And of course in these buttons there are some I've already explained to you, like these two buttons here. Like these two buttons I've already explained to you in the previous videos, but now I will just make a rush through to them and then still show you. Okay, we start with the first one, which is this one. I'm sure in the previous videos I've already told you that this is an indicator button here, and so when you click on the button it brings you to this main chart and F plus area. So when you click on this F plus you see things like indicators. I've already told you how to add indicators to your charts. I've already told you how to delete indicators. I've already talked on types of indicators, of course, which are the trend, the oscillators, the volumes and the Bill Williams, and I've told you that most of these indicators are named after their founders. And so I go back and then I bring our circle, and of course this one, which I'll also do a run through on it, which is the crosshair button. When you click on the crosshair button you see this is the line of the crosshair. You see this line that is coming down and then bisecting. This is the line we call the crosshair line. And if you have been following the past videos keenly, you would understand that I earlier told you that the crosshair button is used to situate the time and the date a candlestick appeared and the price it appeared on. When I start on the right and I'm going to the left, you discover that when I hover on any candle, they will show me when the candle appeared, and they will show me that's the time, the date the candle appeared. You see it's still the same thing. As I'm hovering on them going to the left, they are showing the date at the bottom. So that is that. After you have used the crosshair, some people find it difficult, like I used to do at first. I used to find it very difficult to take away the crosshair from my chart. So after you are done using the crosshair, you have looked at what you wanted to look using the crosshair, you just come to the top here, that is the crosshair there. Immediately you tap on that crosshair button, the crosshair will disappear. Okay, I'm sure mine has disappeared, and then you go back to do what you were doing. So back to business, we were actually on how to use this circle here. And of course, you know, this is where we are on. This is the main buttons we are focusing on. Like I earlier said, that we will answer a few questions here that will also ease your trading journey. The first one we are going to start with is on how to add two windows on one chart. This is the button where you can add two windows on your chart. You discover that immediately I click on it, it brings me, this panel will appear on my screen. So what I'm going to do directly is I will click on new window. Immediately I tap on window, you will see two windows on my screen. So yep, these are the two windows. And as these two windows have appeared, I'm currently on these windows now. If you look why I said I'm currently on it, you will discover because this, when I tap on it, this is this blue line surrounding the window is to indicate that I'm currently on this window. Therefore, if I want to change to be on the window up, I will just tap on it. I will just tap on the chart up. Okay, yes, now I'm currently on the chart up. You can see this blue line surrounding it. So I may want to compare BTC USD to another chart, which is may not be BTC CNH, and so I just tap on the BTC CNH chart. Like I tap on it, and then I come and click on Quartz. Okay, when I click on Quartz, now I come to this area. Let's say I want to compare it with BTC. I want to compare BTC USD with BTC JPY, and then I tap on BTC JPY. Okay, this is it. I click on the chart. Okay guys, when I click on the chart now, I'm sure down here you can see it's now BTC JPY, and up is BTC USD. So it all depends on what you want to do with the two charts on your screen. Yeah, it all depends on your analysis, what you actually want to verify with the two charts. So it's up to you. So with that said, I think that is just that on how to add a chart. And of course, adding it, you may also want to remove it like I do. I always like to have one chart on my screen because my strategy doesn't depend on comparing two charts. And so what I'm going to do is, if I want to remove the chart down, you see this blue line surrounding it shows that I'm on the chart down, right? So I can just tap on I just tap and hold on an empty space on the chart down, and when I tap, you discover that an X will appear somewhere here. When I click the X, the chart down will disappear, and I will only be left with the chart up. In the same way, if I want to remove the chart up, I just tap on any empty space on the chart up, and then I hold, and then an X will occur somewhere here for me to click, and when I click, the chart up will disappear. But for now, I just want to remove the chart down, and then here is what I do. I just tap on any empty space around this area, and then an X will occur here, and when it occurs, I tap on it and the chart down will disappear. Okay, I go on to do it. Good. This is the X here. I tap on it. Alright, I'm back. When I tap on it now, it has disappeared. I'm left with my one windows. That is that on how to put two charts or two windows on one screen, guys. So we go now to the third thing, which concerns objects like adding trend line using Fibonacci tools and so on and so forth. So where do I take them? I simply tap on my screen. When I tap on my screen, this our normal circle will appear. Now we are done with the first button, which is how to put two windows on the screen, and then we are on this area, this object area. So when I click on the object, you will see these are the various tools. You have the arrow, you have the rectangle, you have the Fibonacci tool, you have the vertical line, you have the trend line, and you have the horizontal line. So they all depend on you, whether you want to use the Fibonacci tool as a support and resistance measurement, you want to use the rectangle to indicate areas of demand and supply, you want to use the arrow to indicate where the market is going, you want to use the vertical line maybe to put to note something, or the trend line to maybe use and trade channels, or you want to use the horizontal line to know where to mark an area where you think, or maybe a psychological level. It's all left to you guys, it's all left to you. For now, let me just do some practicals on how to use them, and then we move on to another stage. When I want to use this arrow on my chart, I simply come and then I click on the arrow. You discover when I click on the arrow, like I've done, look at something here. This is the arrow here. The arrow is there in my screen. Immediately I tap on any area in my screen, the arrow will, it means that I want to start drawing the arrow from that area to any area I want. Okay, let's say for example I want to start drawing the arrow here. You discover that immediately I tap on my screen, and then the arrow will start drawing here. Okay, for example, I want to draw the arrow up this way. Now here is what I'm going to do. Okay, when I tap on my screen now, like I've done, you see the arrow. This is the arrow going up, right? So that is the arrow going up. I just use this arrow to indicate that the market is going up. It's all left to you guys. There is no fixed way on how to use the arrow. You may be using it to indicate a market up, you may be using it to indicate a market down, you may be using it to indicate bullish, bearish, trending, or ranging market. So that is that. Nothing much important with that, but still necessary to know. With this rectangle, you can still click on the rectangle, and then when you click it, it appears on your screen. Are you trying to mark a point? Are you trying to mark maybe a break of structure? It's left to you. Like for example, if I want to mark maybe this swing point here, and then immediately I tap on my screen, you discover that the rectangle will shift and come down here, and then I will draw it however I want to draw it. Like this is it. Are you seeing? This is the rectangle here. This is the rectangle in that area. I can still shift this rectangle by dragging it, by pressing my hand on this little dot in the middle, and then I drag it to anywhere I want. I do it. Okay, good. This is it. I can shift it to the top, I can keep it there, I can keep it down. So that is that. With the same with these other tools, they are still the same. They are still the same. You can use it the same way. You just come, you tap on it, you go to your screen, you tap on any area, it appears, you draw it to any direction you want to draw. So that is that. If your mentor tells you that go to the MetaTrader 5 and draw a trend line, normally this is where you are going to take the trend lines to draw. If it says rectangle, this is where you are going to take it. If it says Fibonacci, horizontal trend line, or vertical line, and so on and so forth, this is exactly where you are going to take, guys. And that is that. Another thing is, if you are asked to maybe come and take an object, and you come here and you don't find the object on this list, there is something you can do. You can just come to this plus. Okay, you can just come to this plus at the top right corner, and when you click on the plus, these are other objects, guys. It just depends what you want to use the object for. Like you can see, we have lines. Okay, these are lines. We have the vertical, horizontal, trend line, trend by angle, and so on. We have the channels. Okay, we have the Gann, we have the Fibonacci, we have the Elliott, we have the shapes. Believe me, this video, like I earlier said, is just on how to master MetaTrader 5. So your study on whether to use this object is somehow personal. Yeah, it all depends on the mentor you have. He may be using a strategy that depends on some of these objects. Therefore, he will normally direct you that this is the object you should go and take. And so when he asks you to go and take any object, know that this is the area you are going to take the object on. So That is that, guys, as simple as that. Okay, we come back now to the last thing, which is normally this setting button. So right from the button, you can understand that the setting button is a button in any device where you can maybe change something from one thing to another. You can maybe customize something, make something to be the way you want, and so on and so forth. So in this setting button, we shall be answering a couple of short questions, and definitely that is going to be the last button we will explore in this section. Okay guys, I go straight to click the setting button. When I click the setting button, this is where it brings me. In this section, I will be making you to understand things about all these buttons that are here, or all these functions that are here. Okay guys, we are going to start with the line type. We are going to start with the line type. All right. When I click on the line type, this is where it brings me to this area. You see the bar chart, the candlestick, the line chart. In this area, guys, in MetaTrader 5, you can change your chart type to three types of the chart, which is the bar chart, the candlestick, and the line chart. You notice that my charts were currently on candlesticks, and that is why the candlestick area here is blue. And so if I click on the bar chart, like maybe if I tap on the bar chart, meaning I've chosen it for once, and I go back to my chart, you are going to see bars instead of candlesticks. So I tap on the bar chart and then I come back. I'm sure if you can look on my chart now, these are the bar charts, guys. These are the bar charts. They are no more the candlestick charts that I had previously. Now I go back to the area. I go back to the area. At this time, I'm going to tap on line chart. Okay, when I tap on the line chart, as you can see, my chart now is on the line type. Okay, not more the bar chart and not more the candlestick. But guys, I always like to allow my charts to be on candlestick because it makes me to feel comfortable reading them. And so I just go back and then I change it back to my normal candlestick. When I change it back to my normal candlestick and I come back to my charts, boom, we are on our normal candlesticks, guys. That is that. Okay, I'm sure I've answered how to change from one chart type to another. So whosoever or your mentor asks you to come and change your chart type, so you simply come here and then you choose the one he has asked you to. Okay guys, we go to another button, which is this one, which is the OHLC, that's open, high, low, and close, which says on chart display of open, high, low, and close prices for the last candlestick for the one on which crosshair is hovered on. Yep, I'm sure I've already talked to you on what a crosshair is, right? It simply means that if I decide to tick on this box, it means that immediately I take my crosshair to any candlestick, it will show when the price opens, the high, the low, and the close of that candle. Okay guys, let me just do a trial. Okay guys, for the sake of making you understand everything as far as MetaTrader 5 is concerned, let me just click on it and then I go back and we do something little and practical. All right, I tick on it. When I tick on it and goes back to my charts, I normally come here and take my crosshair. When I take my crosshair, immediately I hover on any candle. I'm sure you can see they are indicating to me the open, the high, the low, and the close. So those are the figures there, guys. You see, immediately I go to any candle. I take my crosshair and I'm going to any candle. The figures there are changing. So that is that, guys. That is exactly that. So we come back to this area. Well, for me, I don't like to always allow too much information on my chart, so I'm going to untick this. I don't like to see the open, high, low, and close. I already know them, so absolutely no need for me to have those things on my chart. And again, there is another one which is show data window. Show a pop-up window near the crosshair. This window shows indicator values on the specific bar. Okay, let me just do it for your understanding. I click on it, and when I click on it, I go back to my chart. I still take my crosshair. You see, immediately I take my crosshair and I hover on any candle, you are going to discover that when I hover on any candle, they will show me this thing, spread, one, this, and that. So guys, this spread is the difference between the ask and the bid price. Don't over bother yourself what the meaning of the ask and the bid price is. Whosoever be your mentor, he must tell you what the bid and ask price is. So don't over bother about that. It's not really that way too much important as far as being profitable in forex trading is concerned, but they also teach that. All right, I go back to our normal area and I untick it. I don't want to see that. I already know it. And then this one, they say show volumes. Okay, when I tap on the show volume, show thick volumes. So when you come to my chart now, you discover these are the volumes. As a beginner or as a guru in forex trading, well, if you are able to read what is happening on these volumes and then you are able to trade, fine and good. As for me, I don't always like to keep the volumes on my screen. My strategy doesn't depend on all the volumes and the rest. I just like my charts to be as clean as possible so I can read what is happening in between the candles. Okay, we go back. We are done with the show volumes areas. Okay, I click on it and I make it don't show volumes. Yeah, I don't like to see the volumes. They are of no use to me. On this area which says show position open prices on the chart, it simply means that whether you are selling or whether you open a position on buy or sell, the line where you sold on will be showing on your screen, or the line where you bought on will be showing on your screen. That is as simple as that. And this one, guys, which says trade orders, show pending order prices on the chart. Okay, these pending orders here are the orders or the type of orders that you can enter in the market. And this button here is saying that when you if you take it like I've done, it means that if you enter any pending order, like maybe saying that if the market reaches here it buys, or if the market reaches here it will continue, if the market reaches here it will sell, it means that when you enter that type of order, the lines will be showing on your chart. So for now, you shouldn't bother about the trade orders, because in another section I will be covering the types of orders in the market, like the buy limit, sell limit, buy type, and so on and so forth. In this trade history area, it simply means that you should make the history button to also appear on your chart. I'm sure I already showed you in other videos on how to check the history area. And just for a recap, this is the history button here. This is the history button here. So when you tap on the button, you'll see what you have been doing, whether you have been buying, whether you have been selling, whether you've been making profit, losses. You are also going to see things like your balance and so on, the currency pairs you've traded, the time you traded on, and so on and so forth. So that is what history means, guys. History is just a past record. Normally, we are on SL and TP levels. You know that SL stands for stop loss and TP stands for take profit. Therefore, when you enter a trade or you enter a position and then you put your stop loss and you put your take profit, I've already explained to you what all this means, please. So when you put your stop loss and you put your take profit, you make the lines, you come and tick here, because when you tick here, it means that you've commanded the lines to be showing on your charts too. So that is very simple, guys. And these ones show period separators, and it goes to say show additional vertical lines on the chart indicating the higher time frame borders. So this one simply means that when you click on it, the time frame chosen on MetaTrader 5 to be a higher time frame, you see some vertical lines that will appear on your chart. Okay, well, let me just do it and then you see it, but I don't like it. So guys, these are the lines. I'm sure you, if you can see, this is a line. It's showing that that's a line of a higher time frame. If I go to the left, you are seeing it. These are the lines, these white vertical lines, all right. So normally I don't like to see the lines on my screen, so I just come and untick it. And this one, ask price line. So this ask price line is simply the price where you are ready to either sell or the price you are ready to buy on. And this one, last price line, it means that you are going to see the price line where the market is currently on. So let me go back to my chart and show you the ask price line and the last price line. Okay, when you come to this is the last price line, guys. It means that price is actually on this line of circle, right? Price is actually at 296 something, and so this is the ask price line. Okay, this is the ask price line, this red line, right? 296 point da 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 and so on. So when you tick there, it means that you want to be seeing these lines. Of course, they are important for you to be seeing them. Okay guys, just to make you understand something here, the distance between these two lines is called the spread, and the spread now is usually what the broker receives as charges for offering you the brokerage services. So that was just to make you understand that. I go back. Okay guys, look at this button at the top right hand corner there. Let me explain to you something. If I click on that button, you discover that this panel will appear, right? As this panel appears, on the left you can see a sell, on the right you can see a buy. Here it's to increase lot size, and here is to decrease lot size. So lot size for short simply means that if you enter a position and the market is going in your favor, multiply my money or my pips by the lot size I've entered and give me my money. If the market is going on a loss, multiply the negative pips by my lot size and give me the negative losses. That is just the simple explanation for that, guys. So when you come back to this area, this is the one click panel, and they say show one click trading panel at the bottom of the chart. It means that if you click on this box and you go back, you are going to see that panel instead at the bottom. So let me tick on the box and we go back and see. All right, this is the panel instead at the bottom, not at the top as it was. So I don't like to see the panel at the bottom. I'm going to untick it because I just want to be seeing it at the top. Yep, I've unclicked it. As I've unclicked it, this is it at the top. Yes, I just like to be seeing it at the top of my screen. So the last thing I'm going to show you here is colors. Yeah, it's on colors. So this colors area simply means that you can change the color of your candlestick, you can change the color of your price line, the color of your axe line, the color of your chart type, and so on and so forth, the color of your background, and so on. You can change any color on MetaTrader 5 to be the way you want, guys. So I think that is that. If you really ask me, I will confidently say I've covered almost everything in this circle that will make you profitable in forex trading if you are actually intentional about your trading. So guys, thank you. See you in another section. Bye bye.